Hello and welcome everyone. I am terribly sorry about how late does the stream start. And because it started this late, it might have to be forcibly ended at a pace shorter than usual as well. But like stated on Twitter, due to the things outside my control, it had to happen. What? What you're splatting? What is it then? Go on. Or are you doing again the thing where you try to confuse everyone? And thank you, Komi, for the extra points. And yeah, there we go. Zen leaves. He has become very adept of saying something very random and then just leaving. But I know his ways. So that means there is absolutely nothing new to be heard from there. But yeah, let's actually get on with the game itself. And before I start it, I bet it's better to be stated that this will be the third time I will ever be playing the game. As stated technically by the title of the stream itself, I have played the game on the original release on DS, then the trilogy on 3DS, and now I'll be playing the trilogy on PC, which has been generously gifted to me. Because I was way too tempted of getting it on my own, but they didn't have physical releases for the PC version, at least not over here. So, well, digital we go with the trilogy in its entirety. But yeah, let's get started with it. I've been really looking forward to it. On the game window. And so we are not gonna raid Koredai. It's not something that can be done. Oh, I was just about to say, I did set the resolution, and it turned out to be small, but no, it actually gets to the resolution you have set after that. I can already see that the optimization in the PC version might not be right there, but we'll have to see. And this will be the first time me using the mouse with it. I accidentally had the controller still plugged in when I launched it for the first time, so that might have messed it up a bit. Let's see. Mouse works. But yeah, since this is the entire trilogy, we have Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. But of course we are starting with the first one. And why I have the 100% tag is that I will try to get all the achievements in it. And because of that, I might have to look at a guide occasionally. There's many random achievements which require certain interactions which you can miss easily. And I don't remember exactly how everything goes. Sometimes you might see me doing something completely wrong, and it might be on purpose, or it might be me just misremembering which way things trigger. So try to bear with that. It will serve a greater purpose, and sometimes the certain mistakes are just funny. So I want to showcase them. In those cases where I remember, and please, actually, I forgot, let's add the tag for the stream. Backseat gaming allowed, because... Oh, come on. What do you mean, no backseat gaming? I want backseat gaming. There we go. Because there are people who remember things way better. For me, example, I have very hard time of remembering people's names. Especially because I like to rewatch the anime constantly, and thank you, Komi. And it depends which version, which translation of the anime you watch. Do they use the localized name or the original names? me personally, I like most of the translated names more, but some made no sense. And I will try to remember next time to showcase a certain meme that has come from this exact game's translations in the anime. And hello, Kitty. Nice to see you. But yeah, let's actually finally get started. Oh, it's so weird to see the episode titles in such a huge manner. I knew this will actually be a new experience since playing it first time on a large screen. And yes. Achievement unlocked. First steps. It's not the Wii version. Does the stream itself say so? If it does, that's wrong. Hold on, I tried to tag it. Please stay. I cannot see the actual game on it. I can see it says the game title, right? But does it actually say the Wii version to be there? If someone can check, because I can't see it on my end. The streamer side is a bit different. So that was actually deliberate by you. Okay then, this time it worked. This time it worked. Screw you. What? Hold on, where did it go? It were there and I can still see it on my TV screen. So let me put it back there. Okay, it should be back there again. I think OBS did its trick and deleted it while I was adding the additional tag. It was there. It was definitely there, because it still reads on my TV screen. I use my TV screen as a stream preview. And I won't go deeper in explaining any of the characters. You might need to refresh the page in order to see it. That's usually what it takes. Then, that's a very new thing for you to go first, but still. I was just trying to explain that I won't be explaining characters other than if we are seeing them again, because that would be spoiling the game story for other people. The game itself explains people that our main character should already know quite well, but it usually happens after a small while. I don't think they look sad. Like, this one just looks like, well, not caring anything. This guy actually has a smirk. Like, it's like straight eyes going into certain locations, and that's the smirk there. What? Which? KCC Kirby. I do not know that channel. But hello, Koopa. And on that police note, I'm not even sure, are these guys... Oh yeah, I had to make sure that you guys actually see my mouse. It's more but you see it. I'm not sure, are these guys actually police in the translation? In the original, they are not police, but they are bailiffs. Because this is a courthouse. Courthouse usually have bailiffs in action, not police. But in the translation, they might have been stated as being police. Or security guards. I don't remember exactly. and there's buts. I find many things akin in buts and zen, and you guys will notice that eventually as well. It feels so weird seeing everything in such a big resolution. This will take so much getting used to. Taking that line as an evidence would be nice, but no. And yeah, the game has a habit of coloring things you need to take attention to. I think I haven't ever tested it because this will be my only the third time playing throughout the game. So I haven't tested. Is it actually possible if you would skip everything but the red text? Could that be enough to actually complete the game? Because there are many games where the highlighted things, only knowing about the highlighted things is enough to go through. It might be with this one as well. Not sure. And here we go with the instructions. Very simple one, you say. I would say that murder cases are not ever simple. In real life, murder cases are never the first place where an attorney would be. Ever. Not even as an assistant. And if you take a good look at this line, change a couple of words, and that's usually how people talk about them. You have to figure out what those words are. And I do agree on this one as well. Koopa, we all know your fascination in that subject. See, the audience in HD is somewhat disturbing. But I really like overall looking at the graphical design in this version. It feels like there have been effort into building it overall. Even though you can see it's like a brushed highlight. It's done over old things. But it feels like there is effort behind it and it looks nice compared to Heroes 3 HD, where they legit just took pictures, the old art, scaled it up and then repainted over it with slave labor. It feels so awesome. And well, Koopa, you know that not all men are butt men. So there is a huge wall, well, two hills that come between things, if you understand what I'm saying. Bad joke.
But you can't argue that the joke isn't of substance.
Yep. Oh. Also, the judge is one of my favorite characters in the series, and in all gaming as well, because he's just a doofus is the correct word I would use. Just easily set astray by everyone. And I think we are up to witness a certain funny failure. I think it was this. Let me check for a second. Yeah, I think it was this. Because they're asking for defendant, and if I would say wrong in this case, which would be saying that it would be Mia Fey. The dead eyes. After everything, he doesn't know even the basics. Yep. Like I said, I don't remember exactly all the lines, so I might repeat a line before it happens. It has been... When did the HD Trilogy come out on the 3DS even? Because I got it like almost immediately. Well, immediately as I knew that there aren't going to be physical versions, so that's when I played it. Yeah, this is one of the best games out there. And yeah, that I just obtained an achievement called "Please turn in your badge." But yeah, we are not being like getting any steam of this, so I'm gonna answer wrong again. It's the best laughing man. And I could keep on answering the wrong answer as many times as I want, but let's actually advance the story. But I think like that's, from what I can remember, that's like the only thing on this episode itself that can be really done. So, like, achievement-wise, I mean. And since, like, of course I have played throughout the game twice, so there is nothing spoiling me. There shouldn't be any changes. For certainty, I didn't check, because if there is, I want to be surprised by it as well, but I don't think there should be anything different. At least the 3DS version had nothing different compared to the DS one. Tab. It works. Cindy! Because I could not have remembered it. Well, there's this thing that I can answer wrong, so... Well, you're gonna soon be the victim if this keeps going on. Because he's just going to stupid you to death. How would I phrase it better? Wright's stupidity is going to cause you a migraine, and that's going to cause a hemorrhage. And you're gonna die. I don't think I can put it any more elegantly than that. It's Cinderblock! Yep, but it doesn't cost yet, so that's why we can fool around. Usually, all of the games in the entire series have the start where you can fool around for free. And we are going to fool around when we can. And I'm going to need to take a screenshot of this. Because the judge is way open on euthanasia, I see. I didn't remember that this was even a thing. I might not have selected that wrong option before. Yikes. Yep. But here's one thing that I've been hearing people like arguing. Should have they edited like the effects, like given more detail to Phoenix when he does sweat or something like that? I don't know. Like when you're looking at the in a big screen mode, yeah, it technically looked a bit off. But then I turn around and look at it on TV. It looks so much better. So I guess it's good to have something that's even better when scaled down. And it doesn't go so much further from the original. Like the blinking is gonna get me eventually, I bet. Because I keep noticing it too much. I'm not used to it. So much blinking. And no, pain has no relation to max, before anyone asks. And yeah, this will be very much it. The only people that have ever criticized me, the entire series, are people who cannot, for a second, put their attention into anything. And like they constantly kind of, yeah, they like point and clicks and they like visual novels. But with most visual novels, you can, in essence, just pressing skip, and it will have no effect on anything in actuality. In this one, you are actually playing a game. You have to go through certain steps. You have to take some notice. There are things that are complete moon logic, but they make sense in the game's world. And yeah, this is going to be a usual issue we are going to come up with multiple times throughout the series. Yep. Yeah. So I almost dropped a cork from the bottle. Let's just say after things happen today, I need to drink. And especially what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm having very bad expectations of tomorrow. Yeah. Old men running the world. Well, there is the thing that we haven't been presented anything that bad that can happen if we let bad things happen. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, that, far as I remember, that has zero actual effect what's going to happen. There are no hidden values behind the game. It's pretty straightforward. Like, the errors you make don't affect the overall. And it's gonna get really, really funny in the end if you do a shit ton of mistakes. Maybe I should lessen my cursing, or is it actually distracting even? And there he goes. Well, let's go. The funny hand signal. How is that going to that? Okay, the pointing. It gives me the entire message. Tell the truth. If you don't know, it's the objection. Because everyone should know that it is a
objection!
But yeah. But the other signs, I have no way to see them telling anything of substance ever. How did the mic pick up me closing the cork? That, well, I haven't changed the sensitivity on it or anything, so. And what we see with Shavit is seen with many other characters in the game. They have very clear hints that are part of Japanese culture, but it doesn't translate well. Like the hand gestures, the face and the look, there are many meanings for it in Japanese culture. I bet you are going to find videos that explain about them and talk about them, so I won't be going deeper into things like that. But I will mention when something outrageous comes or someone wants to know, has something to say. Yeah, like that's why I put it as a low tier reward, so as many people would get that emote. And it's good to see that you still have it, because I know that there are people who should have it, and they don't. I think did it reset or something? Because I know that there have been people donating enough bits to get it, but only like half of those people have the mark. Yeah, that's the mark to get it. It's the lowest that one can be. And to get more, well, you have to donate more. But before I can even make them, someone has to donate to those points. I don't remember them by heart. I bet that they can be found if someone Googles. But like some of them were like donate 1 million, donate 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. Like it goes outrageous in the end. I wouldn't assume so, but maybe it could be. But like if I would change it to something else, it should change to something else on your account. It should mark that you have donated me once that amount of bits. So who knows? I do have unlocked some ranks which Twitch claims that no one has received, but I have seen some users using those emotes for a short while, so I knew that they had it for at least a short while. And here we come to the meat and bones of the series, the cross-examinations. And I just love the soundtrack in this series so much. It's so good. I hate the fact that, well, it goes along with every Capcom title and 99% of Nintendo titles, that they never release the soundtrack in a actual way, like legal way, over here. The only ones that have usually been samples of certain games, not the entire thing. And even though they have been limited to the collector's edition, and yeah, which I find annoying. Especially now that getting there aren't that many collector's edition in existence anymore like there used to be. But especially those that now are next to impossible to get when there's no longer GameStop. And because there's no GameStop, the stockists don't want to get those editions to sell to the other stores that would sell them, because they don't have a guaranteed buyer that used to be GameStop. Present! And rub it in the witness's face. Got to love that instruction. Also, wait, I just noticed something very odd. If I look at my main screen, and then I look at the secondary screen, the main screen is way less colorful than the secondary screen. And when I look at the TV, it's about equally as colorful. Oh, that's odd, because I usually have, like, the saturation should be the same. My main screen should just be brighter than the secondary screen. It shouldn't be less saturated. I haven't really noticed it before. But now looking at the face, it's obvious. And yeah, you guys can't see when my mouse goes over the second screen, but that's open. And now we actually have this meter over here. So we cannot just fuck around anymore. Yeah, I think it was this. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it's odd. It doesn't say it here, but you can go to the court record. So I just have to remember that the button is... No, it is in present mode. Oh yeah. Now I remember. I'm just getting too used to the newer games. In the newer games, there is a different window where you can safely look at the court record and actually examine the items more. It wasn't present in the first game. That's why I get confused. But we can actually press more on it. And then we present the blackout record. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it yet. Like, this is what I mean. I don't remember the exact order of things. So, yeah, it wasn't that I had to do it on this. But everyone already, I bet, have figured out what's the deal going on here. Oh, it wasn't this. I legit can't remember how did I start to actually go on about this. Oh yeah, time of death. That's what it was. There we go, in this auto security report. But you already guys must have assumed what is going to be a deal later on. And that's the hard thing about playing these games multiple times. You remember things, but if you don't remember exactly the order of things, you might do a couple of things wrong. I can't stop myself just jamming to the music. I just love it so much. Rarely the judge actually has a clue on things and understands that, yeah, after a testimony like that, it's hard to believe. And here we go, another testimony to explain the previous lie. Yes, indeed, explain. And like you can, like in normal cases, you can press on definitely, but I will try to not do that unless I remember that there is a funny response or that it's necessary. But in cases where I know that I have to do something like this, I bet everyone knows that this is something you have to do. I will press on those statements because they usually contain more substance. And the characters many times give you a hint as well that, yeah, this is the thing you have to be putting your focus on. There's something wrong. And here we present what I was going on earlier. There's no power, so how can there be a TV on? And we saw a slight glimpse of the truth in there. Well, Komi, we did visit the Ether yesterday. What a stream that was. Yep. Rivals of Ether. It is a furry Smash game for PC, found on Steam. I haven't actually checked it. Is it available in any other place than Steam? But the video of the stream is still available, and before it gets deleted, there will be a highlight of it. And if something disappears without there being a highlight of it, that means that there have been some sort of error, and hopefully I have a backup, but in some cases there are not. I think I lost the starting of the Giants, like the first part of the Giant playthrough, which is the funniest part, and I'm sad. Oh, it's on the Switch as well, yeah. I was starting to think that it might have been on one console at least. But yeah, on PC there is the Steam Workshop support, and that was what we mostly did. We fooled around with the Steam Workshop characters. Yeah, this should be fishy for everyone. Like, how come no one else noticed this? The murder weapon. So you're saying that this looks like a clock to you? I would say the game is definitely worth it. Although I don't remember how much it's now when the sale is not longer on. So can't say about that. I haven't played it other than what we played on stream. So I haven't been playing like the story mode or normal matches even. Like almost every match was bullshit in one or other way because we just fooled around with the workshop. But many people have enjoyed just fooling around in the workshop, so it might be worth it for just that alone. And here we get the best team. Well, who do you think yells
Objection!
and presents evidence? I do have issues with it. Yep. Yeah, that must have been a real interesting experience. You kill someone and suddenly the weapon starts speaking to you. Reminds me of those random RPG quests where you pick up a weapon and it just starts talking to you. What do you mean baseless? There is a huge point to it. Like, this scene is one of my favorite scenes ever in any movie of the live action remake. Like, the maze itself didn't talk on Skyrim. Like, Moag Ball himself talked to you during that. But, like, what thing? There was the red herb. It talked to you even though that was not a weapon. That happens in Skyrim. And then, I'm starting to remember, where there a quest in Skyrim where the weapon itself started talking to you. But there are other games, much like Skyrim, that you just see a sword somewhere or an axe or hammer. You pick it up, it starts talking to you. And it usually gives you a quest. And before you do the quest, you cannot get rid of the weapon. But yeah, in the live action movie, like the way that British Rabbit just takes the toupee and throws it, it's so exaggerated. It's so fucking fun, and I hate the fact there's no legal way for me to see the movie again. I wish there was. I would want to buy a copy. I would want to buy a DVD and a Blu-ray copy, but there are none, and it's not available on any streaming service that I've ever seen. And if you go telling it's on YouTube, rent movies or something like that, it might be now, but I bet it's not available here. For example, the Pokemon movies are available on Google, everywhere else but here. And there's no reason for it. It's not like it's the lack of translations when other Nordic countries can have them without translations, having the English versions. And I think one of my German friends said that it was either in France or Germany it's available in English, even though they had the show localized there. And the movies that have been. Just the writing. I think it is time. Well, it's a thinker after all. But why would that matter? Because if it's running 3 hours slow now, and it could just be that the trial can be pushed off for an hour to check is it still running exactly 3 hours slow, then it can be made an obvious estimation that it keeps securely running 3 hours slow. This is something that always annoys. It's a bit annoying in the game. Something obvious. It's present to everyone, but they weasel it out for a completely bullshit reason. Like I think like one of the best ones was in a game not presented in this trilogy, it's a later one, where someone is accused of murder. They have been made clear that they are not the guilty party. The other guilty party has been it made obvious that it's them to everyone, but no one has the definitive evidence for it. So if you fail at that point, even though it's clear and proven to everyone that the party indicted for the murder cannot be the one stated as the guilty party, they are still guilty. In the word of the game, if someone's been accused, they cannot be declared they cannot be declared not guilty if there is no one else to declare guilty, or at least put on trial next. And sadly, that's the way in many countries as well. Yeah, that's the thing. There have been so many real-life court cases where if anyone just stood and took something at the just stated, and other thinking why that is, the cases would have been solved 20 years before. And you might guess what happens if you say no. Well, here's the deal. 3 hours alone is very hard to state, but it's the only thing here that has been presented, other than the badge, but the badge is a special thing. But yeah, everything else has been stated, so just by guessing, you should already know that, oh, the passport must have something to it. You know that the victim came from abroad. This will be that they had the clock with them. The 3-hour part just makes it a bit confusing here because, well, originally the game is meant to be in Japan and the translation makes it happen in the US. But maybe if it's not just 3 hours, maybe it's 15. Mr. Did It. The name puns, those are usually a thing that's very but it fits Wright as a character. Yeah, I bet there is legit someone with that name out there, and I would so want to know, like, would there be a place that could take a name like that seriously? There have been like so many cases where people have been like in a education job with a name that's like funny sounding name, and they have been made ridiculous like in an instant. But I wonder like what would have been like the worst and still gotten into a job like that. Oh, Kami, please tell me that they taught geometry. Math. Well, that's a shame you couldn't do a bunch of what they taught to their name. But still, that is quite a name to have in education. I bet they got ridiculed for it, and it's a shame that that happens. But it's just something you know it's gonna happen. Someone can actually carry their funny name into a presence of power. Like I have gotten so far, even with a name like this, and those people I applaud. Yeah, I expected. Yeah, just declared innocent and everyone's forgetting the fact that his girlfriend is dead. But on the other hand, wait, what? Yep, no one can just say it. Oh, that's funny. I just noticed something, which I've never seen before. There must have been something with the update to OBS, because the mic is actually sensing like sounds it didn't before. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. Yeah, I can see it picks up the sound wave, when my toes crack. It has never done that before. At least I haven't been able to see it. You might have been able to hear it occasionally, like a slight sound somewhere. That's me stretching and it makes a noise. But my toes, those have never been audible. I'm not sure, can you guys hear it? But it's actually, at least it's visible on my end. And I don't really like that fact. Yep. Well... okay. Well, of course I like the series. It's one of my favorites. I might actually stop the stream like after we have done, like fully done with the episode anyway. Like I told, because the stream started so late and I need a shower and I need to prepare for tomorrow. I was not supposed to have anything tomorrow other than the IF event, which I won't be streaming myself, but I will be partaking. But I actually have an interview tomorrow, which came up all of a sudden. So that requires me to prop things up. And this is something where there is always just one answer. It gives you a certain response. Everything else should give the same wrong response. And if I'm correct, the answer is the statue. I think in the anime they had a photo. Yep, the fact that they took a huge thing like this to upload somewhere where they had to take a plane. Logging big things like that, it's not easy. Yep. And I'm surprised that, at least from what I have seen, there is no achievement for getting those quote-unquote happy endings. Because you could have shown something wrong and he's like, my life is over. I'll continue on that track. Yep. And that's a thing I wish that lawyers would do. That they would legit go on to the premise of do they believe in their client or not. But then there really wouldn't be that many defense attorneys for certain people. Because there are many people that are completely innocent, but they are just They are just black into a situation that they cannot be trusted by anyone. Usually it's the media or something constantly back-talking, putting up slur, so that yeah, those people would have impossible time to get any actual defense. If they don't have money to do it, they get government stated on countries where that is a thing, and those guys are usually the worst in their profession, and they have no motivation and usually next to no empathy as well to do their job. It's a very bad thing to look into, but that's how things just work. And here's the thing. I love how this series have many cases connect to each other in such an effective manner. Here we start with a case that doesn't seem to go into anywhere, but boom, we are stated that clock is going to be important. And the ominous broken promise. And yeah, there's an achievement for completing the episode. Yes, do save. Now let's see, how many saves do we have? 10 saves. It's not that much, but it's way more than before. Hopefully it will be enough, because I want to save certain situations where you can actually have a different ending. But because we have to save there, can't I exit? I guess we have to see the intro before I'm allowed to leave, because I'm pressing escape and nothing happens. Yeah, the game doesn't let me go. So let's continue until we reach a point. And if it doesn't happen soon, I'm just gonna quit the program, because it needs a save. Because I thought it's a good place to stop, since I have done the first episode, and we'll just begin. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay, Komi, if you know that that's the case, yeah, I'm just gonna boop, shut it down. But since we completed the first episode, this is a good spot to end. Even though the stream was very short, at least it's condensed. It's the first episode complete. We wouldn't have to start at a very random point in the second one. But yeah, sadly for the stream starting late as it had to, I have to end it late as it has to. And yeah. But now we come to an issue. I see multiple people streaming at the same time. I know Goran has been suggested, but there's also Itama. And my usual rule goes that if an IF member is streaming, we'll go for them. So I have to go with Itama this time. Also, I am very keen on seeing how that playthrough goes as well. So sadly, we have to skip on Goran this time, but I usually do raid Goran when it's possible. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Hopefully, you guys join tomorrow for the IF event, which is going to be Among Us. My streams should be on the norm next week, meaning Monday Blackstone Fortress, Tuesday more Inquisitor Martha, and Thursday continuation of Ace Attorney. A week after that, we'll have to see. There might be changes. I might have to drop a stream or make them shorter or start later on. It really depends how that interview goes, or is it related to other interviews as well. I will be explaining this thing better when it's known, when its effects are actually known. But yeah, again, thanks so much. Let's raid Itama. Oh, and the button worked on first go! This is historic. Yay. Yep, we're raiding Itama. Again, thanks so much, everyone. Bye for now.